Good morning. That's really close to my face. Okay, so I moved the camera. I don't know how this looks or whatever, or how close it is. Good morning. It is Thursday, October 8th at 8:40. So yesterday on the 7th, I didn't do any eyeshadow because I had to go into work for 6 a.m. So I was up at 4:30 and I had woken up multiple times overnight. I'm just finishing my skincare. So 4:30 and oh my god. Yeah, so yesterday was a rough day, but yeah, it was just a rough day. I got home from work and we lost power 3 times while I was in the shower, and one of those times was while I was shaving one of my legs. So at least I figured that out. Not figured it out, but I handled it. All right. Let's do something fun with makeup today. For me to go sit on the porch and have porch time, which is because my parents both work from home now, so I go outside and I literally am on the porch and I read or do whatever. Crochet my blanket. Stuff and things. It's fine though, right? Trusty makeup case, Sephora. This thing is beat to heck. This thing is falling apart. My little tassel on the handle. So sad. So I did not put in my contacts today because I had them on yesterday and then I took them out halfway through work because I had a headache. Alright, I decided to clip the bottom of my hair up because I didn't like the way it looked. Anyway, I just wanted to check the quality of video and stuff and the angle. Oh, wow. People are gonna be like, what a bum, she's getting up at 8 in the morning. I feel like a bum. I actually have been up since 6, by the way. So I stopped setting multiple alarms because for some reason, for the longest time I've always been alarm, 5, 5:15, 5:30, 6, 6:50, 5:45, 6, every 15 minutes alarm would go off on my phone in the morning, and it was to keep me on track, but I just was this is annoying. I want my morning to be peaceful, which is might backfire on me at some point, but I try to be pretty aware of the time, so hopefully not. I haven't had my tea yet, but I refill this water bottle. This is I believe it's 720 degree water bottle, and they have multiple sizes. So the first one I bought was purple, and it was the smaller size one. Loved it. I dropped it at work and I broke the cap and I couldn't buy another one. So I was so angry at myself for being clumsy, but it's not my fault, so sad face. And then I just went for a while just using my Nalgene water bottle, and then I'd bought a bigger one, and then they both disappeared. And then I asked my brother, hey, do you know where those water bottles are? Because he has one too, and that one disappeared too. And he was like, well, I don't know. So then I bought this new one and this water bottle, and then I was Mom was like, why did you buy that? Why did you buy that? You have 2 plus James's, my brother. this water bottle, and I was like, they've disappeared. And my brother's like, they're in my car. They're in your car? Oh, okay, they're in your car. I asked you for them and you said you didn't know where they were. So me and my brother have a 9-year age difference. Oh boy. So I bought that one. Who recommended that to me? She's a YouTuber, makeup. She does makeup stuff. Her name is Jamie Genevieve. I think it's Scotland she's based out of, and I can't see because I don't have my contacts in. So this is gonna be fun. Anyway, so she recommended that water bottle a while ago when I first bought it, and then I believe I watched an updated like Amazon haul or something from her, and she had it in again, and so I was like, I loved that purple water bottle. It's soft touch, you know, like NARS packaging, like the handles on the products. Do I have something on NARS? Yeah. So like, if you feel the lid, it's like silky almost. Oh, gorgeous. So that's what the water bottle feels like. So I got the big one this time. So it's 50 ounces. So I try to fill this up twice in a day and drink about 90 to 100 ounces of water. I used to just use like Trenta Starbucks cups at work, like the 30-ounce ones, and drink 3 of those, but COVID, so like straws are not as sanitary, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird me thing. And also I'm trying to be more aware of usable stuff. Anyway, how did we get here? Oh, I haven't had tea yet. That's why I'm so tired. So like I got up this morning. I hadn't set multiple alarms. So my alarms aren't as crazy as they used to be, but I would typically set one at like 6, and then if I was to consciously set alarms for like a day off, I would set one at like 6:30, 7, or maybe just 7, and that way like I kind of don't just like pick up a book and read for like 3 hours in the morning, which is totally fine, but I want to try to be like, not that I'm like a productive animal all the time and like get all the stuff done all the time, but I do have to utilize the time that I have, and since I work 40 hours a week and I work every other weekend, like Thursday is my day off, so I have to like get the stuff done, you know, and I'm going into a work weekend, so I did take Sunday off this time, the 11th, but normally I'd work 6 days in a row, so I just try to like get this stuff done. Alright, so I love this. This was a recommendation from one of my fave YouTubers. Her name's Samantha Ravendall. And I'm actually listening to her podcast right now. Well, it's paused right now, but I'm going to listen to her podcast while I'm doing my eyeshadow. Her and her BFF Alyssa does it. It's called Approachable. Anyway, this is from Becca. Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Looks like this. It kind of has like a MAC, like the glass packaging, like a feel for that. What were those things called? Anyway, so yeah, that I love, and I hope to eventually get to the point where my skin isn't good enough, like I don't have a ton of like blemishes or acne, where I could just essentially like wear that when I'm doing like no makeup and just call it a day. So this NYX Born to Glow, because I haven't edited any of these like vloggy makeup things yet, I don't remember what I've talked about and what I haven't, And the whole point of it being vloggy, God, Mariah, is that it's real. This is really me, y'all. All right, so the thing about learning about yourself, which you should do when you're in your 20s, is what I learned is I have ADHD, which I've probably mentioned that book that I'm reading, or maybe I mentioned to go watch my Plan With Me video, so where I talk about it a little bit. The rambles, okay? The rambles are real, and that's because my brain is all over the place. So, like, sometimes I'm like, someone says something, and then I reply, and I start talking about, like, something, and, like, somehow my brain gets, like, to this whole other place, and then I look at them, I'm like, what were we talking about again? What did you say right before I started talking? And then that way, like, I can remember, like, what we started talking about. That happened to me at work with a coworker that I didn't have a ton of interaction with, and I'm taking over a new position, so I'm going to have more interactions with him, and it was like a really good chat, but I was like, oh my god, he's experiencing the what was I going to call them? I came up with an idea, recap rambles or something like that, and I literally can't see, so like I'm having a hard time seeing how my makeup is. When I'm normally doing this and I'm not filming it, my mirror is literally like, it's a threefold mirror. You can probably tell because the light is better this way than when I go like this, right? And so I'm normally literally like, because the iPad's kind of at an angle, but it's like at where like the level of the mirror is, I would literally be like this. Like right up next to it. You don't need to see my eyeballs in that much detail. Oh my god, the recap rambles have gotten me again. The rambles. The Mariah rambles. The Mo rambles. So we lost power last night and we were without power. I went to bed and we still didn't have power. So my dad said the stove in the kitchen was blinking 10-12, so that means we were without power for 10 hours. So I don't remember exactly when it went off, like for the final time, because like I said, it went off multiple times while I was in the shower, and then didn't come back on. But yeah, so he said we got power anywhere from like I went to bed, I got in bed around 9, but I was like sleeping probably around 10. And I went to the bathroom right before and we still didn't have power. So like anywhere from like 11 to like 2 in the morning, like whatever 10 hours equals from whatever time we actually lost power to begin with. So that's crazy. But we have it this morning, thankfully. I mean, you can see the boob light on and behind me. So let's talk about powder, okay? Because this is supposed to be about my life, but also about, excuse me, sir, about makeup. So Kathleen Lights recommended this product. She's another YouTuber. Veil Translucent Setting Powder from Hourglass. And so I bought the small size because when I kind of got to the realization that I shouldn't be constantly buying makeup if I have makeup, but also like I don't have the budget for it. I'm not making money off of any content that I'm putting on YouTube. So I can't like run myself financially into the ground to buy things that, you know, I don't need or maybe aren't going to work for me. So now anyway, I buy the small size of things first before I buy the big size. So I buy like the sample size. So I bought this powder and I didn't use it for a long time. And then I finally started using it and I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing, but it's expensive. I think for this small size, so it's 0.7 ounces, was like $20. And then, speaking of powder, oh my god, I just dropped my Maybelline powder. It didn't crack. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm a mess. Here. Didn't crack. I just hit pan today. Let me pick that up. Oh. Okay. So, this is related, I promise. So, Hourglass, amazing. I've used $56 though. I was like, oh, for the full size. That's a lot of money. Am I still recording? Yeah. $56 for the big size. And so here's the thing. So I still live at home because my parents are allowing me to stay here at a low rent so I can pay off my debt. So debt-free is the goal for Mariah. By 2022 is the goal. So I've come a long, long way, especially this year during COVID. I've paid off credit cards, which feels so good. Oh, man. Anyway, so I'm trying not to spend excessive money if I can't afford. Not that I couldn't afford it, because I could have set aside $56 for this powder, but I'm trying to like minimize my cost. Don't get me wrong, not that I don't buy makeup. I buy makeup, girl. I buy makeup. Anyway, so when I was getting down to like there's a tiny bit left, which is also something I do. I don't like use stuff up until I have like the next thing, or it's replaced. I just was like, well, this worked for me in the past. Maybelline Fit Me, Matte and Poreless. I typically got the one that was like matched the foundation shade that I was buying at the time. But this time I got like the translucent, so like 100. And I bought this and it works okay. I mean, it doesn't make me as translucent veil-y as this, but it does the job. It's okay. Especially because most of the time I'm in a mask anyway. No one can see my nice, beautiful, poreless skin. I am on a roll today, guys. I am on a roll. Ugh. I could just picture one of my friends from work watching this and laughing. Oh, he deals with me every day. This is what I'm like in real life, guys. This is the unedited Mariah. So, let's also talk about excessive spending in the makeup industry. This Sweetheart bronzer, okay? So if you go back and watch on this channel, I probably have some sort of video where I mentioned buying this and like using this for the first time. So I'm talking like 2015, 2016. I don't remember exactly when I started my channel, but it was in the old house and I was doing it for a little bit of time before we moved. So I would say between 2015 and 2016, but 2016 is a good bet as far as like time goes. So I used this a few times and then I like stopped using it and I went on to the next thing, and then here we have a drawer full of bronzers that I've used a little of and then like never used up. So when I stopped. Alright, y'all. We got distracted because my iPad is full because it's so old that it's only 16 gigabytes. So I finished my bronzer, lots of bronzer. I'm trying to use up the bronzer essentially, or everything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to use up the products I have. I almost put highlighter on as blush. That would have been fun. Alright, so I gotta get my mascara and my eyebrow pencil out of my purse, and then it's eyeshadow time, y'all. Eyeshadow time. My eyebrows, man. death of me. Okay, so here's the situation. My left eyebrow is my favorite eyebrow because of how it's shaped. But that's the eyebrow that got half waxed off twice. And my right eyebrow is like on its own planet. I need to like make my own eyebrow stencil, like stencil this, like create a stencil of this eyebrow when it's filled in and it's awesome that I can just paste over here and trace it. This eyebrow always creeps, like I feel like down too much. It's a whole thing. All right, I'm gonna stop. Eyebrow's done. Alright, I think I'm going to pull this one out today. Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. This was... Everything is typically dated when it's made, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's just on everything else but eyeshadow. Alright, this is the color palette. This is crazy. Okay. I'm gonna go in with Unity. It's a third shade in on the top row. Oh, it's more yellow than I thought it was. They're so powdery. I think I'm gonna go in with Eden. Second one in from the left. Sphinx. Oh, I just put that on my nose. So I think the crease is not dark enough. Okay, so after having my iPad tell me twice that I have to remove things because it's so old that it only has 16 gigabytes of space total, apparently I can't even film a video on that. And I'm afraid to like delete the video from the iPad until I get it onto the computer and save it like on an external drive. I don't want it to delete from everywhere because I know like if it's all linked it'll delete from whatever. So this is what I'm working with today. So I used these two first, and then I used this one in the inner half, and then the one below it, the throne color on the outer edge. But it was just, they were so dark that like these two were not dark enough. So then for transition shades, so then I went in with Parallel Brown and kind of just blended that in, and then I used Lucid in the inner corner. So let me put mascara on, and since I'm holding this in my hand, I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, give me a sec. This is an angle. I think that just started recording and I didn't even press the button. I think if you have multiple devices with Apple, you should be able to delete files off of one as long as it's saved to a folder that's like backed up to the cloud. You know what I mean? Like if I put the files in all right, y'all. We are here. And looking fabulous with my hair clips in. Let's take those down. What do we think? Looking good? So it is Thursday the 8th. It's part of Eyeshadow October, and I'm done. So I'm gonna put on my glasses and I'm gonna go have some good porch time. See you tomorrow.